Hello and welcome everybody. In this week's episode I want to talk about something that truly impressed me. Tenet, the latest film of time shift composer Christopher Nolan. There are so many things we could talk about. Nolan's work and his progression from Memento to Tenet, philosophical aspects of his work, the movie itself of course, and the importance of such a complex film, especially in 2020. For me, the bottom line is, as great as Netflix and company are, watching a film in the theater is unbeatable. Today I want to focus on the music and why it blew me away, fascinated me, surprised me, and why it sets new standards in my opinion. Subscribe to this channel, get in touch, like and share. The composer's name is Ludwig Göransson, and I must admit I did not stumble across him before, maybe because I have not had the chance to watch The Mandalorian, one of his previous works, and also Black Panther I missed, so this soundtrack hit me totally unprepared and unprejudiced. I want to analyze a bit what fascinated me. First of all, it absolutely works. The soundtrack is a blast, it fits perfectly and supports the film. In my opinion, this is the foremost duty of a score, and if this requirement is not met, it cannot be saved by any other highlights it may have. The use of synthesizers is standing out and unique. We have heard people such as Hans Zimmer using standing out weird sounds. You might think they would never make it into a movie. Göransson uses odd meter arpeggio lines, having a very techno trance feel to them, cutting lead sounds and weird, mostly dark and bassy sounds standing out. The most intriguing scene for me was when he used a solo synth playing in corrupted timing, kind of staggering. This is foreshadowed by the opening scene at the opera, when a bit staggering triplets are introduced in the synth line framing the piece. For me, it is very brave, and we have to be clear that most film composers would never do this. Placing a solo synth with an experimental sound and rhythm in a scene, thus bringing it to the very edge of the stage. Here at this point, it was clear to me. Yes, Ludwig dares. He is self-assured. He is not mainstream. He is not afraid to be disliked. He does not want to please, but only the emotion of the film. Another example, a dense action scene almost has no music. Later on, a slight build-up of tension, and he brings in a dense action track. Here he uses the Tenet palindrome as a conceptual tool to reverse the soundtrack mechanics. The film's main tone is very colorful, but consists of the following main elements, and they all may be reversed, of course. So, it's EDM synths, snappy odd meters and staggering. It's filtered electronic drums and big scoring dikers, of course. It's grain table spheres and pads, unstable in pitch and texture. They glue it all together. It's the tenor guitar, if it is a tenor, but it has this Bond reminiscence. It's electric guitars, of course, spherical and pitch bend. Daring solo synth passages, staggering decay and filter modulated. Standing out terrifying, beastly, dark synth sounds. Yeah, he got this Hans Zimmer inspired soft single-fingered piano. Very little orchestral sounds, some brass here and there, some strings, but mostly Colenio Patuto strings beefing up the synth pulses. Yeah, that's quite a lot of colors, and in general it's blended as, let's say, Blade Runner 2049 by Hans Zimmer. It is as pulsing and relentless as Dunkirk. It is as intimate as Interstellar, also Zimmer. Yeah, actually many threads are leading to Hans Zimmer. I really do have the impression that Zimmer is the big father in the back. But let's be honest, Göransson is doing a great job. He manages to break free from the big ideal, developing his own ideas and aesthetics. Here the most vital point is he's daring to be different. He's not afraid to stand out. And to this last comment, the mastering of the finished audio track contributes a lot The overall sound is crunchy like a fresh baked chocolate cookie. The transients are amazing, they're snappy and the synths are saturated, sometimes even a lot. The tenor guitar has this tape-saturated retro touch to it and sometimes blends in, sometimes stands out beautifully. The overall texture is fresh and crispy, but never too much. Yeah, it's loud, but it leaves space again. Lets the ear rest for a bit. One word about the pulses. By this we understand rhythmical elements steadily pulsating and not creating rhythms by omitting beats. It is, in musical terms, straight eighths or sixteenths. They can be executed by synths, strings, percussion, and of course are one of the main conceptual ideas of soundtracks like Dunkirk, for example. Göransson uses them also in a way supporting the film's relentless pace. His hammering synths and orchestral colors give up rhythmical complexity and interest for the gain of great sounds. And this repeating magic of short loops, they are becoming true and real. In the case of Tenet, terrifying. Pulses remind us of our own pulse, the heartbeat, thus strengthening the bond of the music and our autonomic nervous system, bringing it even closer into our bodies. This blend, modern pitch bend grain-table synths, EDM arpeggios, a relentless big screen percussion track, dry driving pulses, daring standing out solo synths, staggering varying rhythms embedded in a contemporary orchestral soundtrack sets a new standard. Yes, Hans Zimmer will come up with Villeneuve's Dune and he will show us again what avant-garde film composing is, but here Göransson has made a point and I'd say we all love it. Let's be excited for Ludwig's next big score. Hit the subscribe for more stuff on composition and scores. Thanks for watching and let us know your thoughts in the comments. See you next video. Bye bye and watch this movie.